Okay, how about now? Can you hear me now? Can you see me, hear me? How about now? Sorry, this is a completely new platform, so okay. Okay, good deal. Perfect. Hello, hello. Okay. So, what's going on, Discerning King? Beautiful. Okay, so I wanted to touch base off of the claim I made yesterday, as a matter of fact, and I pretty much just wanted to kind of like look at some of the catalysts and kind of take a little bit more of a deeper dive into why I believe, well, a couple of things why I believe Doge has the capability of reaching a dollar and why history kind of suggests that. And I had a few questions via email and in the comment section that I'm going to address as well. And then we'll pretty much I'll do some Q&A before I head out. So hopefully I'll have all of you for about an hour and then we can wrap things up. Okay, so pretty much just in case you're not familiar with the last video I made, I touched on some similarities that I was seeing here in the chart, which is basically, there's a few names for it though, but I like to refer to it as mirroring. And I saw some similarities that are almost identical. And I'm going to switch over to the other screen here. So if you look here, you'll see the initial boom from around late last year, like December or so. And I believe this is from the TikTok craze pretty much. And that's pretty much how Doge gained like some momentum last year and kind of like pretty much what set the stage for the growth that we saw this year. And we see the somewhat of an initial rally here on January 28th, went up to 0.023 cents. And of course, we had like a little consolidation. We kind of went sideways a little bit. And then we had a rally, which was technically around like 300% almost to 0.082. Then, of course, we went sideways, which is pretty much suggesting, well, not suggesting, but that pretty much means that we have established a new floor. So, and I'll touch on this as far as like the wealth flow chart that I created a while back. But what this technically does is outside of the momentum, catalyst, hype, after each initial rally, technically speaking, for a healthy trend, you set a new floor, a higher floor. So let's see. So from February it was 0.070, and we pretty much went sideways for about 3 months. And then we pretty much started the cycle over that we started in January. And when I see, because nothing is 100%, because I got some comments today saying that you can't predict the markets with this type of accuracy, and it's nothing is 100%, and that's true. Nothing is 100%, but technically, when you see patterns, technically this gives you an idea of what to expect in the future. That's why it's called technical analysis. Yeah, if it was, if it was 100% correct, yeah, we'd all be trillionaires. But this kind of gives you an idea of when to buy and when to inject money before a rally. So the main thing that caught my attention was this peak here when I looked, because I always look at like the high of a coin or stock, and then I zoom out, because this is if you guys can see, this is on the 1 year mark. So I always look at the high and then I zoom out, and then what I saw the pretty much this little like well, technically the initial rally down here that was identical to this one. And what really caught my attention was the phase that we're in now, which is pretty much this sideways trend. And I get it. They were saying that, okay, the hype isn't there, or The catalysts aren't the same. I get it. I get it because technically the catalysts are always going to be changing. There's new competition in the market. But what we see here, and even with because pretty much this was back in August, we went to around 32 cents. But we're holding that floor. It's not as smooth, but we see here we had some bounces here around like February or so, but we're pretty much holding that floor. We haven't had any steep drop offs after that initial consolidation. We're staying the course pretty much. And hold on, let me just change screens here. Excuse me. I'm sorry, I was switching screens here, so I'll get back to some of the questions because I haven't been able to see it. But what we saw was the um, the Dogecoin pretty much holding the floor as far as for at the consolidation points, and that's going to be one of the biggest catalysts you have going forward. Is as far as for like the health of a coin, is it like a rug pull, and does it have like the strong consolidation points? And you'll see this if you look at any of the popular coins, they all do this. This is not something unique to Dogecoin. I know a lot of people that are impatient and they're saying that was it Dogecoin's dead or the rally's over and stuff like this. This is technically what you want to see. You want to see continuous new all-time highs. You want to see bull runs, and you want to see consolidation periods, and you want to show strength on your floor, because otherwise you wouldn't be able to time entries, and it just lead up to a bunch of uncertainty. But when you look at a chart and you see sideways movement like this, and you've already had a couple examples of pretty much what happens after you have that 3 to 5 month sideways trend, that's where you can kind of use some technical analysis and say, okay, at this point we are oversold, or we're due for a rally based off of history. So that is the pretty much like the light technical version of why I believe that we're due for a rally here relatively soon. And the other catalyst I wanted to address was Doge isn't even starting. Hold on, let me pin that really quick. There we go. I believe that is absolutely so. The other catalyst, because technically for Doge to hit $1, we would need around like $131 billion market cap. And for whatever reason, people believe that, or I've seen a lot of comments or suggestions saying that, okay, well, that can't be, or because Doge has inflation and there's new coins. In order for Doge to have utility or to have longevity, because it doesn't have scarcity value, and this is the same with any coin that has a high coin count, Shiba included, you're going to have utility, otherwise the coin won't survive. There's nothing wrong with utility. The utility is a functioning part of any currency, because that's technically what we're going to be, that's technically the push for Dogecoins for it to be a currency. Utility is necessary because you have coins that are lost. You have the inflationary periods. What's the okay? Yeah, I'll get back to the questions. I'm just going to finish my point here, and then I'll run through some questions. And you have like the inflationary periods where an increase in coin count is going to be necessary. And the point that I like to use is the fact that the crypto market is just getting started. And the point is that I know I said this in my last video, but the total value of Apple is around $2 trillion, which is pretty much on par, maybe slightly less. I know Microsoft should be right on par with the entire value of the crypto market. That's Bitcoin, Ethereum, and all of the other coins combined is equal to one company that's traded on the stock market. That lets me know two things. A, the majority of the money is in AMC and Ethereum. That's over 50% of all the money that's in the crypto market. And B, there is a lot of money that has yet to enter the market. So when I say that this is in a sector that's in its infancy stages, when you have something that's at $2 trillion, think about where the money is going to go. Like, that's why I think that we're doing extremely well with having Dogecoin consistently being in like the top 10, because we know as far as for institutional money, they have a strong allocation of the revenue when it's released. But when we talk in terms of growth, when you have that 2 trillion and you have the market doubling and tripling, because I don't see any reason as to why the crypto market can have a $10 trillion valuation. And I think that we are going to get there because it took around 12 years for the crypto market to get to $1 trillion. It took 18 months in order for that to double. And now the amount of money that's flowing into the crypto market is absolutely staggering. And I think that when we have these coins and these catalysts coming up and these really just this insane amount of money that's being generated, you're going to attract new wealth into the market. And I also want to mention AMC. Look, the whole AMC catalyst is exposing the pretty much a lot of the unfairness, and I just mostly want to say like the crimes that are in the crypto market. I mean, excuse me, in the stock market, because we have like these hedge funds and these laws that are written basically for these larger companies. It seems like they're almost in a position where they can't lose. And because I talk about this in my group, I don't know how many of you are invested in AMC, but we have like these hedge funds that are invested in every sector of the market. They're invested as far as, so when you buy the stocks, they're the warehouse for the stocks. They can see your order when you place the order, when you place your stock order. They can front run you, place your see where the interest is, place a bet before they even process your orders. Put your orders through, sell from underneath you, take profits. Of course, short your stocks, buy options on them. Like it's literally geared where they can't lose. And I think that where a lot of people are going to turn, especially outside the wealth that's being generated in the crypto market, as we see like these hedge funds go to court and Gary Gensler and SEC making all these new rules, a lot of people are going to turn to the crypto market. And again, I think that's our responsibility to make sure that we don't have something like this chart here where we have the crypto market mirror the stock market. Is Robinhood's success tied to Doge? I do want to answer that. I don't. Robinhood made, I believe, I don't remember the exact number, but I know that they made most of their money this year from crypto, and I want to say it's from Dogecoin. Um, Robinhood, and this links into what I'm talking about as far as for the markets changing. Robinhood was the #1 app on the App Store earlier this year around the GameStop squeeze. That's higher than Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, any of the games. A finance app was the #1 app on the App Store for the first time in history. That lets you know the amount of interest and the amount of money that is about to flow into the markets over the next, the next few years. Like we know that the tides are changing, and I think that a lot of things that we're seeing in the market now is simply just a reaction because, technically speaking, we're not supposed to be in the market to that degree as far as we're taking control of our portfolios. We're supposed to just, do indexes and turn over our money to the professionals and let them handle it. And now we have a new generation and a new group of people saying, I'm not saying that no one is investing in indexes or anything, but we're pretty much taking our money back and saying that, okay, well, we're going to invest this ourselves or take it to the crypto market. And that's one of the reasons why I renamed my channel Disruption, because I do believe that this is the rise of the retail investor. But when you see, just to get back on topic here, I believe that the market is going to expand greatly. And I believe that the top 10 are going to get allocated heavily on the expansion and the increase in revenue over the next 5 years. So when you are looking to invest, and I'm not going to tell you, obviously I like Dogecoin, I do own Bitcoin and Ethereum as well, but I'm not going to tell you where to invest. But if you're looking long term, 5 years, 10 years or so, and you say, okay, well, the market is $2 trillion right now. 5, 10 years, I believe the market is going to be $6 trillion, $10 trillion. Where's that money going to go? You answer those questions, you can plan to retire within the next decade. So that's one of the things that I want to focus on as far as for this channel and going forward. And the second question I wanted to answer, primarily about this chart, is because I got a question saying that, okay, well, how can you be so sure that it's going to do this again? And I want to just point out and kind of touch on like algorithmic trading, because when it comes down to the market in general, and as far as for the allocation of funds and why we have these rallies and why we have these sell-offs, the majority of the market, the money in the market, is not necessarily retail. Don't get me wrong, we're changing that now. We're putting retail, I believe, as far as for the amount of money that's being invested outside of institutions and out of their control, is growing steadily. But the majority of the market in something like a Bitcoin or Ethereum, that's not going to be retail. And even in the top 10, I believe it's my opinion that institutions are invested heavily. So when you have like these sell-offs, this is why you see on certain days, if you have like your favorite crypto coins or your favorite stocks, you'll see that all of them will rise and fall. Pretty much, if you look at all the lines, they'll look almost identical. They'll be like, oh, Bitcoin's going up, and then you'll see all of your cryptos at the exact same time following a similar path, going up like Bitcoin. You have to ask yourself, is that retail? Is that a coincidence? Did retail wake up? Did the retail investors wake up? A couple million of us with with 40 or $50 billion to spare. Did we all wake up at 3 a.m. and invest in the crypto market? So when I look at these trends, I know that it's not necessarily completely, excuse me, it's not completely retail. So that's why I know that a lot of these trends are algorithmic trading. You'll see a lot of the catalysts that can like help the trends more so. But when it comes as far as for pulling the floor out and pulling and doing these rallies and investing large amounts of money at one time and seeing a crypto go from 0 cents to 72 cents, there's no way that's completely retail, especially if it starts trending and reacting with Bitcoin. The second your coin starts trending and reacting with Bitcoin, you can best believe that you possibly have some institutional money in there. Okay, I'm going to shut up for a minute here and take some of these questions. Sorry, let me scroll up a little bit. Hold on. Okay, going back to the comments. Good call. Ethereum is 4,600 right now. We're going to see five-figure Ethereum. That's a fact. I made a catalyst for it, and I think it's going to be on those same principles I just named. As far as for if it's not for any catalyst, not for any momentum or hype, I believe with just the fact that the crypto market is going to expand and we're going to see higher allocations of fund on that principle alone, I believe we can get we can get 10 grand Ethereum. Let's see. When should we expect an upgrade or bridge to Ethereum? I believe most of those are going to be around like the first quarter of next year. Don't quote me on that. But I believe, if I'm not mistaken, I want to say the first quarter of next year. Bye banks, crypto is here to stay. Yeah, you can expect some type of retaliation from the government for sure. They're working on something. And this is why it's very unique that we're in this situation, because we've never, and as far as I know of, in any of the civilizations I've studied, because I'm a huge like gold and silver bug as well, I've never seen a form of wealth or transactions as far as for currency that was out of the control of the government. And so this is I'm very curious to see how this unfolds and what type of measures they're going to take to try and have some control over this, because I know it's not going to be nothing. So I know they're going to come up with something, but I'm very curious to see how this works out. Let's see. AMC has the same 1 year mirror of itself. That's correct. I'm working on, I haven't finished the outline for the video yet, but I'm going to show a very similar pattern. You're absolutely correct, between AMC and Dogecoin. It's literally a mirror. And a lot of stocks this year, a lot of the meme stocks, quote unquote, they're all forming mirror patterns, which is another reason why I double down on them, because I know that it's a bunch of BS as far as for like them selling out from underneath us. But most of them, a lot of the meme stocks this year, if you look at them, if you go to a lot of the meme stocks and you zoom out for a year, you'll see similar patterns to AMC and Dogecoin. Sometimes I silly think that Dogecoin will be worth as much as a hamburger, then be the future for everyone. One Doge equals one hamburger. Sure. Yeah, I don't have the chart. I had it. But I want to say within like the next decade, the inflation rate of Dogecoin will actually be less than the dollar. Isn't that freaky? Like, and if we keep printing money the way we are now, it may be less than the next decade. But we are on the Dogecoin's inflation rate is on track to be less than the U.S. dollars rate within the next decade. So it may buy a hamburger and your drink. So at some point, but if we don't get this inflation under control, because we're certainly breaking records right now. They need to drop those wallets. Yeah, yeah, they're going to make the wallets, but I think I know I've said this before, but they're just being strategic about it because Robinhood has a lot of people that I know are going to run for the hills as soon as those wallets come out. So they're being very strategic as far as for when they release them. Um, they don't want those problems as far as to um, release those wallets and then lose a bunch of their revenue, a bunch of the customers on there before they do some damage control to pretty much try and fix everything. So let me see. Just going to refresh the screen here. Yeah, there we go. Before they try and do some damage control to try and pretty much maintain some of the customers, because I think that for a business decision, I think especially with Shiba wanting to be on Robinhood, I think that the best business decision that they could make is to release the wallets, but also list Shiba, because I believe, like you can correct me if I'm wrong in the chat, but I believe most of the people with Dogecoin are going to transfer out of Robinhood like immediately. So if they want to kind of balance that clientele, they should do something strategic like that. Let's see. Question: if I had 65,000 Doge at 27 cents after averaging down, should I buy more Doge or more AMC? Excuse me. I own both. I would never say, I try not to get that technical with recommendations, but AMC, and especially after today, I believe we're close to a breakout. Doge is definitely going to be a long-term play, a long-term investment as far as if you're going to see the true um, fruition of the investment. AMC is a play, so this is a squeeze play at that. So it's not necessarily, it's being drawn out longer than a lot of us would like, but it's not going to be because I believe a lot of people are going to hold AMC after this is over. But as far as for the actual play that I believe most people are in right now, it's a short term play. So I would just say balance it between Doge and AMC. That's literally what I'm doing. And your DCA is 27 cents after averaging down. Yeah, I don't believe you're in a bad place. If we get another dip, I would certainly say average down some more, because I technically buy like if it's in like the teens or something, because that's like a guaranteed bounce there. So if you can, I'd say average down some more. But 27 cents, you're not in a bad place. We've been holding up pretty steadily on that floor there. So yeah, even in here on the chart, it's 27.18. So I would say just kind of split it up. But AMC is going to, I believe, have some violent growth here relatively soon. A lot of the charts are suggesting that as well on a similar mirror pattern. Let's see. That's why the Motley Fool keeps bashing crypto. Yeah, if I'm not mistaken, Citadel owns the Motley Fool. So, and that's another one. I think, I don't know if when you posted this, if you posted this when I was talking about hedge funds, but yeah, that's another one of the things that I believe are pretty much like a crime, is when you have these hedge funds that can own media outlets, and literally it's a form of manipulation. Well, it's definitely manipulation, and it's one of the things that I think has to be corrected. And if we're not careful, we're going to see something similar in the crypto market, which is why we have to make sure we work together and not necessarily bickering amongst communities about whose coin's the best and stuff like that. We have to make sure that we don't get a repeat in the crypto market that we have in the stock market. Otherwise, we're going to see these crypto companies or crypto hedge funds or something are going to come up and, you know, probably do like maybe like some crypto indexes or something. Like we've seen the development of the stock market, and I don't want something like the Motley Fool, because I did not know that they were owned by a hedge fund until this year. And like we've had so much information come out this year, and it really just makes me look at the stock market through a completely different lens. But you're absolutely right. Yeah, that's the when a hedge fund owns a finance magazine or a finance article, I find it hard to believe that they're going to write a column or give advice that's going to go against anything that the hedge fund is doing. So whether it be like a squeeze play or just general information, if it's not in the best interest of the hedge fund, I don't see them giving that or recommending that move. So in my opinion, that's biased. I believe most media is biased in some direction, but as far as when it comes to finance, like you can't be present in every area of the market and then put out information seemingly as from like an unbiased source or a finance magazine, when really you're just recruiting people to where you want them. So absolutely, that is exactly why Motley keeps bashing crypto. Definitely, it's out of their control for right now. Ethereum will be a player 5 years from now. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, Ethereum's not going anywhere. You can believe that. You can believe that. Ethereum, Bitcoin, they're not going anywhere. And if you haven't yet, and if you're new to the channel, don't forget to like the video. And if you found anything I said of value, please consider subscribing. So I appreciate all of you. No way the government's going to let that happen. Absolutely. When the AMC short squeeze finally starts to explode, been waiting patiently. Yeah, no, patience and discipline is undervalued in the market. Most people, I say this all the time, most people pick the right plays and even the right stocks and the right crypto, but they're simply too impatient to see their gains. And we saw the market go absolutely crazy today after close. We saw AMC rally, Bed Bath and Beyond, Shiba rally. Like things were on fire today after the. I know there's been like a lot of liquidation catalysts going out, but the market was absolutely on fire today in the after hours. So I'm very curious to see what the pre-market is going to do tomorrow and tomorrow morning as well. What the market is going to do. See if this is going to continue. Anyone ever heard of The Creature from Jekyll Island? Absolutely, I have that book, Sean. I absolutely have that book. Yeah, I'm actually, especially now, the more that I learn and the more I have learned over the years. I read that book like 5 or 6 years ago, and when you have like these catalysts as far as for families and pretty much controlling and making like the laws and stuff of the country, and you see how like the Federal Reserve doesn't necessarily or legally have to report to anyone. Like a lot of it starts to make sense. But for anyone in the chat, if you haven't read The Creature from Jekyll Island, I um, I recommend reading it. It'll literally open your eyes to a lot. It makes me cry reading it. Yeah, it opens your eyes to everyone. 88. No, I'm a huge. It's one of my top five. I believe we're definitely going to see double digits on there. Most of my positions are at least 5 years, especially on crypto. But I'm very bullish on ADA, so definitely double digits within the next 5 years. I'm confident on that. Let's see. Any tips on what to read on both crypto and stock? I'm new to this. Um, so as far as for crypto, we because I know even now, as far as like all the information that I put out, I'm mirroring it to the stock market because technically you have crypto is really, really new. And even when we have plays like Dogecoin and stuff like that, because we don't have a year of information with retail in the market or a mass amount of retail in the market. So the information, in my opinion, is limited. So you can use kind of like, and I know a lot of people like to kind of use like RSI, like MACD and stuff like that on the crypto market. We'll see how well it translates over the next year. But when it comes to crypto, I think that as far as for using DCAs, averaging down, investing with the catalyst, and um, looking as far as like support levels, for me right now, those are kind of like the fundamental things that I like to focus on because we don't know is like we can't necessarily say that our in my opinion, I don't think we have enough data to say that um the RSI and all this trading signals that we use from the stock market translate over to crypto, at least not yet. I think that next year we'll have like a year and a half or 2 years of data and we can kind of see how this lines up and kind of see do we need to adjust the the measuring points, like is a 21-day moving average, does that translate to crypto? Does it mean anything? Like, so we're going to have to um, kind of measure that up over the next 12 months or so and kind of get like some feedback. But as far as for stocks, like I like, what's it? Forget, it's a book by Tony Robbins. Tony Robbins, I think it's called like Money Mastery. That is absolutely amazing. Turtle Trader is very amazing as well. Those are like my two favorite books for stocks, and it pretty much just goes over like a lot of them as far as like hedging and trading futures, taking your 2% profits as far as like on bull runs and stuff like that. So those are I say those are my two favorite books. So your question got your pushed up a little bit, but yeah, I would say I'll recommend starting with those two books. Barry Silver and Institutional Shorting Doge. Yeah, I think that most institutions are going to short coins that they're not in heavily, or that they don't believe in, or that they believe in overvalued. Um, and we're seeing this kind of backfire throughout the market, even with things like AMC or GameStop, because you'll see that retail will come in and absolutely not sell under no circumstances, and it kind of costs them a fortune. But when you have coins that when you in a certain market, you'll say that institutions, they're like, okay, we control most of that money, most of that $2 trillion in the market is ours. We control the two leading cryptos without a shadow of a doubt, Bitcoin and Ethereum. These other coins that are getting popular because of Catalyst or TV show or Elon Musk or whatever, they're in it for quick money. So we know that they're going to take the approach. We know this coin is overvalued. It's going to go back to nothing. So for them, it's easy money. So they at least so they think. And I believe one of the lessons that they're being taught over and over again this year is that you can't count out retail as far as for how they're going to respond and whether or not they're going to support a token. So um, I think that's one of the reasons. And another reason, I think maybe just because they're just old school and they don't necessarily understand crypto and what it represents and the changes that it's going to bring out through the market. So I think a lot of them think that most of this is just going to be like a phase, and that most of these coins are going to go to zero, especially if they're not invested in them. And I agree. I do believe that we're going to have a crypto market consolidation at some point, because a lot of the coins that come out are, just absolutely ridiculous. But I do believe we're going to have a consolidation, but they're just going to have to be careful as far as to where retail interest lies. Otherwise, you're going to end up in a GameStop or AMC situation where they're trying to manipulate the crypto, and retail is like, we're not selling. We don't care what you do with it. We believe in it. We're holding on to it for whatever reason. And they're going to be in a very bad situation. But Barry and really even I think looking at like a Motley Fool situation, because they do things like this to kind of use the media to manipulate the stock, because the media controls the market, stock market, crypto market. They have complete control in the short term. You can have a scandal come out and nothing fundamentally changes about the company, but because this news broke out, it causes panic, and the company is somehow less worth less money now, even though it's not taking in less revenue or anything fundamentally has changed with the company. So when and people say that Elon Musk kind of like manipulates the market if he says something bullish on Doge. But what do you call what Barry does when he takes a short position and then comes out and says, I'm short on this position, or I think this is a crap coin? Like, you said that after you took your position so that you can hopefully, go on TV, make a public announcement, write some articles, whatever the case may be, and put it out there that you're short this to try and cause panic and be like, oh my God, Barry knows what he's talking about. And he's short on this position. Maybe I should sell too. And then you sell it, and of course he takes his profit. And so is that not market manipulation? Like, so you just gotta be careful when you look at these types of when you see these types of information coming out, because you have people that are bullish and you have people that are bearish, but they, as of right now, they're going to, and everyone knows that the media controls on the short term, so they're going to use the media to their advantage to, if they're bullish, they're going to use it to promote it. If they're bearish, they're going to use it to try and manipulate it down. So those are my thoughts on Barry. So he's not the first to do that. He won't be the last. So I think that if anyone has shorted a position, even AMC, GameStop on there as well, if you're short a position and you're paying money or whatever case may be to short the stock and it's going the other way, at that point you have to take a more aggressive approach, even if that's writing articles through your finance magazine or going on the news and telling everybody this thing sucks or whatever the case may be. At that point, you have to do something more aggressive to try and get it going back the other way. So I know that was a long answer, but that's how I feel about Barry. Um, I think Polkadot and hold on, sorry, the chat just bumped up. Hold on. Sorry, I lost your comment that I started reading. Today is Frank's birthday. Can you say hello to him? Thanks. Absolutely. Hello, Frank. um, let's see. Been holding Doge since February. No gains. I'm running out of cash. Should I sell? Um, so it sounds like that may be from being over leveraged in Doge. Do you? I wouldn't. I think even with crypto in general, and especially with Doge, because I'm long. If you don't need the cash, I would say don't sell. But there's some variables in there. Like, I don't know what your DCA is, and you said you bought in February, so you definitely got to be in the green. So by a lot too, actually, like several 100%. I bought my first Doge in January at like 2 cents. So I don't know if you think you get better return somewhere else, or if you're being impatient. I would need more information, but um, I don't know what you mean by you're running out of cash, because if you purchased, and I guess at what point in February did you purchase? I need to know your DCA, because you should be in the green. Um, if you're still on, just reply to that and I can kind of give more information. Drop a post with my book selections. I can do that. When will FAMI hit $1? Been waiting patiently. I'm familiar with FAMI. I'll have to look into it. Would Doge ever hit $10? That would have to be like a large community cooperation. I made a video a while back, but that would take a large injection of cash at this point, outside of inflation. So, I mean, I guess the odds are never zero or something, but that would be like really far out as far as for in the future. There's a few catalysts that you would have to kind of put in there, and a large community effort. But as of right now, I wouldn't say that, at least in the short term, I wouldn't say that that's something that's going to happen. It would take a lot of money, some very, very big catalysts coming on. But the market is going to expand, and I never know what the devs or Elon is going to do in the future. So I'm not going to be on record saying it's impossible, but because some things can change, but that would definitely have to be some blockchain alterations and stuff like that. So as of right now, in the short term, I'll just say no, but I'm not going to say it's impossible. What do I think about Elon Musk becoming the new CEO of Dogecoin? How would that affect the price going forward? Yeah, I saw that. I think it was like a fake CEO thing or something like that. It's a great catalyst, and I mean, even without the actual title, I mean, he kind of is. So it's not like I don't know if you need to, or like Doge or the devs necessarily need to crown him because the people have technically kind of like already crowned him anyway. So I think that he has that title. And as far as for the prices of Dogecoin going forward, I think that a lot of the catalysts going forward are um, attached to or other, like outside of like some of the short-term gains and the market expansions and technical analysis and stuff like that. I think that a lot of the catalysts are tied to Elon and some of his projects. So um, if he did take on like some former like a level as far as like on the bench or something like that, I think it would help. I think it would do nothing but help. I don't see a negative side effect of that. So but I believe a lot of the momentum and even a lot of the reasons people are holding are tied to some of his projects. So I don't see any reason for that not to help going forward. Um, hold on, my chat just refreshed. Sorry, when I start reading comments, my chat updates and flings everything up. So, uh, what's my opinion on stepdad Dogecoin? Yeah, I put stepdad Dogecoin and step uncle and my cousin's sister stuff. I put all those kinds of Doge in the same category. I don't like the cash. I consider it a cash grab. So you know, I consider I would look at a stepdad Doge, or I'm not even sure if that really exists, or if you're being funny, it probably does. But I look at that the same way that I'll look at like a if they came out with a Rockweiler or a little German Shepherd coin. Like you, the thing is with crypto, it's so new, and a lot of people know they've learned the value of getting into things early. So long term, yeah, you can say, okay, this coin will probably go nowhere. But if you get in early enough, you typically can see a great return. I think that attraction alone is it doesn't necessarily give these coins credibility, but it gives them enough interest where they can make a few headlines and get the FOMO to get that initial boom. And the cycle just pretty much kind of repeats. So I think that's why we see like these um, other Doge coins, and I saw Baby Shiba the other day, and this cycle will repeat until there's regulation. I understand that it's a free market, and you can make money this way and stuff like that. I personally, maybe I'm old school, I don't know. I don't like it any more than on the stock market. If there was a baby Walmart or stepdad Amazon or something like that, I don't like that. But um, I get it, and I try to be open minded as far as in the crypto market. But um, I typically stay away from things like that. Let's see. Sorry, chat just updated again. Um, how many years is a good long term? um, Yeah, I think Johnny did. That was a great answer by Johnny. 5 to 10 years. That's typically what I like. At bare minimum, a year. Because and I think that's what leads to a lot of people's frustration and just going out on the internet saying that something is dead or doesn't make sense or we need to move our money and stuff like that. Is because A, they're over leveraged, and B, they're impatient. Because if you look at a lot of the new coins that have come out and you say like, okay, how long did it take these coins to gain interest, to get a catalyst, and to run? You'll see that all of them are a year plus. Maybe a few exceptions, like if you can kind of associate yourself with another coin that's running, you can kind of cut down that time a little bit. But technically speaking, if you're going to gain your own catalyst and run and get like the support of a community, and start a trend and stuff like that, it takes over a year. So these people that are, been into a coin for 2 months, 3 months, and they're red, and they're like, and they're trying to, bury it, and you have a funeral for it. It doesn't make sense. Like, what are you basing that on? So definitely 5 to 10 years. That's typically my range. I believe that most of these coins are going to be like we're going to wish we had doubled down, tripled down, quadrupled down on a lot of the coins that we see now in the next 5 to 10 years. Like when this as this market expansion is happening, I'm not going to say when because it's happening right now. As this continues to happen, we're going to see massive growth over the next 5 to 10 years. And I'm not saying that we're not going to have corrections, pullbacks, even crashes over the next decade, but overall, just like the stock market, we're going to see growth as that money comes in, especially when people see, especially some of the older money, and we see that it's not just a fad or something that people lose money on. We're going to see some big things over the next decade. This year was just the beginning. Either classic at 80 any upside or is classic dead. I don't follow either classic that closely. I had a question about that in my Discord the other night. I don't follow, and I'm not saying it's like a knockoff or anything like that, but I don't follow any of like the sub coins. I know they make like improvements and stuff like that, but I don't follow them any that closely. But I can't say that it's dead, because anytime you make like a improvement or an adjustment, and you have, and especially with it being in like the top two, I believe it can catch some of that momentum. So, and this is just me doing general technical analysis, not on this coin, but you may be able to catch some of that upside from Ethereum here, especially as it grows. So, but I would have to take actually take a look at the coin though. So don't quote me on that, but just some general information there that you may be able to catch an upside on that. I do like and own Sheeb. I wish they would drop the motto of being the Doge killer. It's not needed. I think they both can coexist. I believe they did drop the name. I want to say they did like a while back actually. But I think that because it was there, I think a lot of the community is upset about that. So I think that that's one of the reasons why we still hear it and it's still circulating around. But if I'm not, I haven't been on their website or anything, but I want to say they've taken it down. I'm not sure if someone else in the chat can verify that, but I want to say they've taken it down. Also, before I continue, if you're not familiar with my channel or if you're new here, please like the video and subscribe if I've said anything of value. Let's see. What is those doing as far as growth and application? What is those? I'm not sure what coins you're referring to. Any thoughts on the sundial growers? Also been waiting patiently. No, I think that that's going to be one of after AMC goes. I think that's going to be one of the ones that we're going to see some growth out of it. I think that a lot of short positions are scattered all around the market, and we're going to see some of these cash grabs kind of all. We'll see like a bunch of them kind of go off around the same time, and I think that some of the bigger catalysts like AMC and GameStop are going to be one of the catalysts for that to kind of like set off that trigger of explosions around the market. So I think that's what's going to kind of lead that going forward. Those will not reach $1. Why do you say that, Mike? Too many, depends on your age. Sean, wow, $50. Wow, thank you, Sean. I've only been doing lives for like a week or so. That's definitely the highest super chat I got. Thank you. Shiba Swaps leash token is called the Doge Killer. Wow. Okay, so other coins are taking on. Okay, I didn't even know about that. But I mean, so and that's the thing about when you have like these catalysts going forward in the market. you will see these coins, if they attach themselves to another coin, or if they say something negative, because we all know negative news goes a lot farther than positive news. So even though we may not like something, if another community sees that something was effective with another coin, you can expect it to be duplicated. Kind of like if I create a coin and all I got to do to get popular or to get free media is say screw Bitcoin, then like you typically I'm going to do it. So I think that's what's going on here. So I didn't know they were still continuing to use that slogan, but it was effective. So you can, so from a marketing standpoint, it makes sense why they would continue to be used. So I'm not surprised, but I didn't know there were other coins were still continuing to use it. Do you think Lucid stocks will do good in the future? I used to look at Lucid. I had a small position. It may I have to look at it again. But Lucid, I don't know, I'm kind of in the gray area as far as like on Lucid. It may. I saw that there's a lot of I forget. I'm having a brain fog now. There's another company I saw that was coming out with some cars and stuff. I have to release it in my weekly statement, but I have to look at Lucid. I haven't looked at Lucid in a while. I have to look at them, but they may um, they may do very well. I used to follow them closely before I was going to decide to take a longer position, but um, I'd say don't count them out just yet. But I need to look at them closely before I shoot my mouth off and say something one way or the other. The light feature seems to be turned off during the live stream. Oh wow, I didn't know that. Yeah, I'm actually not because normally I go live directly on YouTube, but this is through StreamYard. This is like my first time doing it through here, so I'm actually very unfamiliar with this entire setup. I'll have to hold on. Let me check on my phone really quick because I would need to figure this out at some point, I guess. Just give me one sec. Yeah, I see 182 people have liked it so far. So I don't know, maybe that's just on your setup or your phone, but I see 182 people have liked it so far. So I guess it's working to some degree. Let's see. Baby Elon Doge Mars just recently beat stepdad Doge. I recently made the switch. Oh man, be careful out there. I'm pretty sure you're joking, but in any case, just in case someone's watching this, be careful out there. Why do you need to swap coins to buy certain coins? So some coins you can do, even if it's like a pancake swap and stuff like that. So there's a lot of coins that are not supported by some of the major sites, so like your Robinhood or like your Coinbase and stuff like that. So just swapping them is just another measure that you can kind of get them into like your wallet or integrate them into like a system of a more I say an established base. I don't want to say not being established, but just having that conversion there typically so that you can convert coins that you already have into some that are not supported, and you may not be able to buy directly into them with cash. There's a number of reasons, but um, technically, like on like a Coinbase, you can do more swaps and stuff like that. Robinhood, you're kind of either they got them or they don't. So it's just one of those things that be careful when you're doing that because we all saw what happened with the Squid Games token today. So just be careful when you're swapping your coins that have actual value for some of the ones that haven't been proven yet. Because, and I get it, that's where most of the gains are. Technically, when a coin gets listed on like a major platform, it's already pretty popular. So I'm not gonna say you missed opportunity for growth, but a lot of that violent growth is going to be before it gets listed. So I definitely wouldn't say don't trade into the coins that are not on those platforms, but just be careful. Do I have Robinhood? I do have Robinhood. Let's see. Look at the Bitcoin and Litecoin 5-year chart. They blow off the top at exactly the same day. Also, was ATC and Ethereum Classic, Ethereum blow off the 5-year exactly the same day. So it's not based on news. No, I'm not sure. News plays a part. I'm not sure how long you've been on the chat, but I mentioned the algorithmic trading also playing a part on there as well. Thank you for um, the super chat as well, Brandon. Let me see. Yeah, but yeah. So I think that when you see things as far as like the 4-year, 5-year charts, and that's one of the reasons why I like to zoom out for like a year or so before I start analyzing as far as where something has a floor or what the potential of it is, because I know that there's nothing. I can say nothing, but very few things, especially when it comes to these large amounts of money, happen randomly in the market. So these are technically done by computers, and they're on like a predetermined path of how they're going to react if this happens, like those numbers have already input. Of course, they can make adjustments along the way, but I believe that most of the cycles we see here are by design. So because they're not just investing to make a donation to Bitcoin or something like that. When they invest, they have their numbers and their times that they're going to take profits, or that they're going to hedge, or that they're going to double down, or that they're going to sell and try and regroup and increase their position. The same way we do, but they have a lot more money to influence the coin or the stock. So I do have Bitcoin and Litecoin, but I can certainly believe that. I think that even what we're seeing here with Doge and even with AMC over the last year, these patterns and charts, when they start to mirror each other, I think this is strong indicators of algorithmic trading. If you need a moderator, I can help you out with some of the spamming. And I may take you up on that. Hold on, my chat just refreshed. Squid Games. Yeah, Squid Games. I heard they ran off with like $2 million today. Yeah, so you just gotta be careful because these coins these are literally cash grabs. So you just gotta be careful, and when you're investing in these coins that come up there and just base their coin off of a TV show or something like that, because these are literally marketing ploys. Like it's just like name your coin after another one, or um, you know, saying derogatory things and stuff like that. You just gotta be careful, because it doesn't necessarily mean that the coin can't run or have a value, but just know a marketing ploy when you see one, because competition is fierce now. These coins are popping up like every day. So they're doing certain things and attaching themselves to certain things to kind of stand out. Let's see. Thank you. No problem. You're welcome. You're welcome. And also, I just wanted to, I know I said I'd be here roughly an hour. If you have not yet, I'm doing the lives a few times a week now. If you have not yet, please like the video and subscribe to the channel. I'm going to, just so you know, I'm going to set something up where I'll probably do it on the community section, where I'm going to pick out like a few of you, and we'll have like an open dialogue on here. Maybe like on like a Wednesday or something like that. I'm working out how I'm going to do that, but if you're interested, I'll make a post tomorrow about that, and you can just kind of let me know, and we can kind of talk on live about crypto a little bit. So let's see my thoughts on the Doge one. I'll take a few more questions before I head out. I take sideways any day. Yeah, sideways is good. Any stock or crypto that I'm invested in, I want it to go up or sideways. I do not mind a little electric slide. Like just keep going to the right. I'm fine with that. Like sideways or to the right, I am fine with the support line, because even if it goes, no matter how aggressive I'm in the position, if it goes sideways long enough, I can average down to that position. If it does consolidate and go sideways, and I can exit. So I will never be against sideways trending. Um, hold on, my chat is sorry. I saw something about Doge one a second ago. Um, yeah, I think Doge one is going to be again. I think media controls a lot of the market, so I think Doge one is going to be huge when it comes down to marketing and putting crypto in space and stuff like that. And I don't know if there's going to be like any surprises and stuff like that, but maybe they can put like a flag or something up there, or maybe it'll be like on their suits. They'll have like a Doge badge, or it's a lot of there's a lot of things that you can do. But when you have things that's going out of space and saying that we're going to put this crypto in space, we're talking about international media or international press. So I don't see something historic like that having a negative side to it. So I think that that launch, it has nothing but the opportunity to add some positive buying pressure, and to also um, bring awareness to the coin, into the community, into the movement. So I'm actually very excited and looking forward to the Doge One rocket. Doge One launch, excuse me. Are you saying people invested in the Squid Game token and now that token is gone? Yes. I've seen a bunch of headlines today that it went up around like a 240,000%. And then a lot of the information kind of like vanished. And like a lot of the tokens vanished, and the scammers ran off with around $2 million. So unless something has changed from what I saw, the Squid Games token is gone, and the people that have invested into it, their money has gone as well. If you've heard something different, you can let me know. But I read it on several different sources today, saying that it's gone. Um, a lot of comments are coming in. Great stream. You can also try doing TA live to get more views. Love your videos. No hype. Always keep it real. Absolutely. Yeah, I plan on doing some TA live to kind of just kind of get people to kind of see like my breakdown of the coins, because technically that's what I do anyway before I make videos. So I can just kind of do it live and just kind of incorporate my video around during the TA. So I think that will um, kind of help people if they kind of see where I'm coming from or some of the measurements I use. Is Doge doing anything to make itself more applicable? I think, well, the biggest thing we have now, and I think it's great that we have the catalyst coming up, and that we got such a huge one, is with AMC. Because we know that Bitcoin and Ethereum are going to have integration into AMC within like the next month or so. The Adam Aaron, I know he said last month that he expects it to be done before Christmas. Dogecoin will be the first quarter of 2022. This is going to be a huge catalyst for us to see how the community and the world responds with using Dogecoin as a form of payment, because that's ultimately where we're going to get utility from. And this is, I guess I have time. So when it comes down as far as for whales controlling the coin, what that we're going to get as far as for using coins like Dogecoin and interacting with businesses is that those businesses will technically at that point become some of the larger wallet holders, right? So we're going to take some of that power and authority back from like some of the whales and the investors. And the thing about, if we have like a partnership with AMC or let's just say Walmart, for example, and we're trading in Dogecoin or these cryptos for products, they're going to have an incentive to not dump the coins, because they're not necessarily whales in the market or trying to manipulate or trying to get the price to go down so they can increase their position. They're simply taking these as payments. So they have an incentive to hold on to those coins and do a controlled release in order for them to, if they don't want to just hold them in that wallet or whatever, if they want to convert them back to cash, they're going to um, have more of an incentive to do a controlled release versus dumping into the market like the whales do. So this is a huge benefit for coins like Dogecoin to interact with AMC and some of these larger companies. So I think that it's a blessing really for Dogecoin to kind of have its initial utility margin be set with the largest movie chain in the world. So I think this is really an opportunity to show up and support this movement. So I think that if the Dogecoin community, especially if I believe like 60% of all crypto holders own Doge or something like that, if we show up and show out, I believe that we're going to lay the foundation for Doge to have integration across multiple platforms. So hope that answers the question. I know it was kind of a long form, but yes, that's one of the catalysts I believe for Doge going forward. Do I think Amazon will adopt a coin eventually? Even if they don't come out with their own, I think that they will. Amazon is doing absolutely phenomenal. I can certainly see them coming up with a coin or using a coin. So I think larger companies will eventually have crypto advisors. Absolutely. Yeah, they have financial advisors. When the crypto market, I'm telling you, crypto market is going to boom. Um, and a lot of revenue is going to be flowing in and out of crypto. So there are going to be people who are going to specialize in this, and literally these companies are going to need, pretty much like managers for like they have like their general asset managers, their financial advisors, risk management, and stuff like that. You can best believe these larger companies like an Amazon or Walmart or AMC, like the largest movie chain in the world, like these large companies that are going to be doing incredible numbers in crypto. You can best believe they're going to have a crypto department. They're not going to just wing that. Absolutely, absolutely. Um, I'm gonna scroll up. Thank you. Absolutely. Yeah. Thank you all. Absolutely. I appreciate all of you. A great platform to purchase crypto. I like Coinbase. I like Coinbase. On the regular one or Pro, but I have the regular one, but I like Coinbase. You hear Doge and Burger King teaming. Yeah, I heard about that. Absolutely. Yeah, see, all these companies, they know where to get some advertising. You see things like Axe and all these other, even AMC. This is great marketing. They're making smart and strategic business moves to attach themselves to the community because they know that the community is going to support the coin, and wherever the coin goes, the community is going to go. So these same advisors I was just talking about, they're saying, okay, how do we get on this? How do we attach ourselves to this community? Because financially, the community is they're looking to spend this coin somewhere. They're looking at these live screens, they're looking at the Twitter accounts, they're like, look, the Dogecoin community, they're looking to spend this coin somewhere. They want the utility. Why can't that be us? Why can't that be a Burger King? Why can't that be an AMC? Why can't that be a Walmart? So absolutely, yeah, these partnerships, only more of them are going to come. Absolutely. I don't have a prediction. I don't like putting dates on things because there's a lot of variables out there. But based off of the charts, I can it's based off of history. I can say within the next few months we're due for another rally. As far as when it actually hits that mark, I don't have a concrete date on that, but we're certainly due for another rally. So, and based off of the charts on the next upswing, we should, if we break that 33, 34 cents resistance, we should be off to the races. Let's see. Soon Tesla Doge. Yeah, yeah, because I know he's mentioning accepting Tesla. I mean, excuse me, accepting Doge for payment. So yeah, it'll certainly be a huge catalyst for it. So yeah, I think Elon he's certainly attached himself to Dogecoin, the community. So I think it'll kind of help out greatly. But anyway, with that being said, if you have not yet, please like the video and subscribe to the channel. We're closing in on 40,000 subscribers. I appreciate all, 36,100 of you. It's been an incredible year. I'm going to try and close out this year with around 40,000, and we're going to do some technical analysis, some deep dives into information, and make some great gains. So I look forward to growing with all of you, um, and growing our portfolios and learning together as well, because I know we're all lifetime students. Um, I'll have some more announcements on the community section. I'll let you know about the podcast and the disruption branding. I'll be giving out like some t-shirts and stuff like that. But I appreciate all of you. Thank you. And until next time.